Okay, so this is the old Perth jail, built in 1862 and closed around the year 1992, 92 or 93, somewhere in there. I remember when it closed. Yeah, we had neighbors that worked here and relations and whatnot that worked in the jail. And also neighbors and people in the community who had spent time here. There were 2 hangings that took place within the jail. There was another hanging that took place before the jail was built over on the next street in the middle of Drummond Street in front of the courthouse. This is Beckwith Street here in Perth, Ontario. The next street over up the hill is Drummond Street. But anyway, this is the old Perth jail. Yeah, it's been closed up and abandoned for a long time. There are stories that it's haunted. Apparently it's haunted by one of the men who was hanged here, and also by the former jailer and his wife who actually lived on the premises. Also, there was an elderly woman who lived in the jail. She wasn't there as an inmate or whatever. She was there to be taken care of, and in fact, she got along so well with the jailer's wife and was looked after so well by the jailer and his wife that when they built another place for people to go so that they didn't have to stay in jail if they were unable to take care of themselves anymore, she actually begged to be allowed to stay at the jail with the jailer and his family for the rest of her days. Yeah, she didn't want to leave, and that request was granted, and she did stay here and lived in the jail for the rest of her life with the jailer and his wife. Yeah, kind of a neat story anyway, but I think the elderly woman was blind. I think that's why she ended up being unable to look after herself. Anyway, like I say, it's quite an old building. It's pretty rough inside. It's been abandoned a long time. You know, it is up for sale. If you're interested in buying the jail, it's up for sale. The town of Perth is kind of notorious for being hard to work with, though, so there is that. But, you know, and it's got heritage designation and everything, so there'd be a lot of things you'd have a lot of people to answer to if you bought the place. I'll just put it that way. Anyway, let's go ahead back up to the truck. It's really hot today, but as uncomfortable as it is, it's better than winter as far as I'm concerned. I'll take this any day over winter. Yeah. All right. Yeah. These streets are all under construction, so I took the opportunity to get some pictures from the bridge over there because there isn't very much traffic going over it right now, and I'll post those pictures up in a little while. But yeah, anyway, let me get my keys out. You don't want to go far without your water today, I'll tell you. All right. We'll see y'all later.